Welcome to 29 to Life.
The podcast where two nearly 30-year-olds are still trying to figure out their 20s.
I'm Annie.
And I'm Lucy.
Come and join us as we figure it all out together.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
How's it going?
It's all right.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I had a wobbly before. We had to start recording. This is the second time I'm doing this, but now the vibes feel better.
The vibes do feel better. They feel lighter. We had some phone time, some TikTok time.
I had a bread roll.
You had a bread roll.
And I feel great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're good.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just a bit tired, but we're going to zap
all right.
out of that energy.
We'll be fine.
And we'll be fine.
We'll be
But
fine.
welcome back, everybody.
Yeah. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, I don't know where that energy came from, so we might as well
Just quick, let's just keep going.
keep going. Yeah.
You're up first.
Oh yeah.
So you keep that going.
Keep that going. Energy. Woo, woo,
More
woo,
passion,
woo, woo, woo.
more footwork,
More
more
passion.
energy.
More energy. More footwork.
Anyway,
Yes. Okay. So let's get into Lucy's loves and loathes. Okay. So loving this week. Oh, she's had a haircut. Oh, she's had a refresh.
yeah,
Bit of self-care never hurt nobody.
it's looking lovely.
Thank you very much. And it's one of those things, that I just really needed. It was a long time since I've had my hair done, and Amy, my hairdresser, did a fantastic job, and I just feel like,
Nothing better than, actually, I say nothing better than new haircut day, but then sometimes there's nothing worse than new haircut day. So I'm glad you've got someone that you trust and has done a good job for you, because we've all been there in the past, haven't we?
We really have, and also Amy is my hairdresser and I trust her. I've been going to her for years. She actually listens to
I love that.
what I want, and she kills it every time.
I love that.
So we did something a little bit different this time, and she was like, "Do you like it?" I was like, "Amy, I don't like it. I love it." So
Oh, you kept her on her toes.
I kept her on her toes. That anticipation. No, it's great. So, and I just feel like,
New hair confidence is unmatched, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the highlight of my week.
Nice.
And the thing that I've really, really loathed this week, like in all seriousness, is idiotic drivers.
Oh my God,
specifically
yeah.
on the M40 when I was driving down to you yesterday. Because I was like, you know what? Hold up. You're being rude. You're tailgating me. You're trying to shove me out the way. Hun, I've got nowhere to go. I can't move lanes right now because there isn't a space for me to.
Just no
So
need.
you just need to back off and stop with your little hand gestures and your flashing of the lights, because trust me, when I did get into the other lane, when I let her pass in a safe manner, by the way, I perhaps showed her a couple of hand gestures myself. So
Ooh, these are some that I know, actually.
yeah, and I didn't see her again. So I hope that she had a bad day. And I hope that she gets a speeding ticket.
You wish her ill will.
I do, actually. So that was my loves and loathes of the week.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, that leads us nicely into put another slang on the barbie. This week I have a little sentence for you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, those tracky dacks are mad daggy, eh?
Yeah, nah. Which I know from watching Tony and Ryan. Yeah, nah means... Now let me get this right. Yeah, nah means no, and nah, yeah means yeah in Australian slang, right?
Right.
So that was, yeah, nah, those dacky? Have I just made that up?
Tracky dacks.
Tracky dacks, sorry. So tracksuit bottoms. Yeah, nah. No, those tracksuit bottoms. What was the last bit?
Are mad daggy, eh?
Are mad daggy. They're like nasty.
Yeah, you got that. I didn't think you'd get daggy.
You know.
Daggy's like frumpy and like...
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm proud of myself.
Like your dag. I've yet to stump you. It's unfortunate for me.
Do you know what? Maybe it's just because I'm like Australian obsessed a little bit.
Maybe.
Not that I've ever heard these phrases before, but I feel like I've consumed enough of H2O. Just add water.
God's sake. Oh dear. But yeah, daggy, like, oh, you dag. Like, that can be an insult as well.
So, dag is just like shit.
Daggy, it's not, no. Daggy's like, just uncool.
Okay.
Do you know
like
what I mean?
Frumpy.
Yeah, so frumpy. Like, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well done.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself.
Segment's over for the week.
Yeah, sorry. I completely
Right,
cut that short, didn't I?
Yeah, well, okay. I'll see how it is.
All right, well, come at me next time with something else.
I'm going to find the most obscure ones that even I don't say.
Okay.
For next time.
Challenge accepted.
As always, you can check us out on our social pages. We have an Instagram, we have a YouTube, we have a TikTok page, all with the same handle, at 29 to Life Pod.
And then you can also send us a cheeky email, which is 29tolifepod@gmail.com.
Perfect. What are we talking about this week?
We are talking about success. Success, baby.
Yeah. Success.
Wow, what a chunky topic.
Yeah. It is.
It is. No,
what is success?
Well, I've got a little Google definition for you. Do you want to hear it?
I do.
All right, I'm going to tell you anyway, even if you didn't. Google definition. Success. Noun.
Oh, it's a noun, is it?
Yeah. The accomplishment of an aim or purpose. The attainment of fame, wealth, or social status.
Oh.
A person or thing that achieves desired aims or attains fame or wealth or whatever, etc., etc.
That's interesting to me because the very first part you read out, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's success. But then the bit about fame and wealth, I was like, I didn't realise it was in the actual definition for it to be fame, wealth, all of that, wow.
So when I Googled it, the first bit I said, that was like the main bit, but then it broke it down a little bit. I think the other two that I read out are a bit more of a detailed example,
but
perhaps.
Mad that like the actual genuine Google definition of it has fame and wealth in it. Not just once, twice.
Yeah, I know. And when I read that, I was thinking, okay, I would say that's probably what people, if you were to ask somebody,
what does a successful person look like?
Yeah, they would probably use similar words to describe.
I agree, but I also disagree. I think people would say, yes, they would say they're wealthy, financially stable, all of that. But I don't know if they'd say they were famous.
No, but they might suggest, successful could be, wealth, whether that be wealth through fame or whatever.
Okay.
Because if somebody asked me, I think that's what I would probably say. Or maybe that's just something that's been ingrained. I don't know. It's sort of like something that's been sort of subconsciously taught.
Yeah, subconscious bias to success means you're rich and famous.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I know.
Thanks
and actually, reading that earlier, I was thinking, right.
I'm not successful.
I'm not successful.
All right, that's that done with.
That's that done with. And thank you for listening to episode 4 of Success.
Neither of us are successful. The end.
The end. Thank you.
Okay, so now we know the dictionary definition.
Yeah.
What do we think success is? So what do you think success is?
Success is whatever you deem to be successful. That could be something as basic as, being good at your job. Or, having really strong family and friend connections. Or thinking, I've achieved X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, or even like the American dream version of it. So, picket fence, house.
Exactly.
Was it like 2.5 kids or something?
Yeah. Married, 2.5 kids and a Labrador.
Yeah, 2.5 kids is a horrifying thought.
Yeah, it is actually. I don't really understand that expression, but I do. It's weird.
It's the average.
Yeah. But I think if I was to be asked that question at different periods of my life, my answer would have been different every time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
So I feel like I interrupted your train of thought. What actually is it to you? Like, what is success to
For
you?
me, like, personally, it's difficult because I feel like, I know I go round the houses with my answers, but I feel like it's difficult for me to answer because even though I feel like I've been successful in different aspects or achieved certain things that I've always wanted to achieve, I wouldn't say that I am successful. And at the time I didn't appreciate what I had achieved in those moments, so I wouldn't have said that was me being successful. But I suppose being successful to me now is to be, as basic as it sounds, to be happy with what I'm doing, which sounds really simplistic, but I feel like it back in the day it would have been, materialistic things, easy.
Oh, like having a fancy house and a car. Yeah.
Now I feel like me being successful is being happy in what I choose to do or what I'm actively doing. And
who you've got around you.
Yeah. But what about you? What would you say?
I mean, yeah, obviously over the years, like, your ideas of success change, and that's to do with your environment and also the company you keep too.
Yeah.
But if I take all of that out of it, I agree that, like, a sense of contentment.
Yeah.
A sense of security as well.
Yeah.
Because I think that can actually be really difficult to find. So feeling that you are safe where you live and who you associate with, and are content with that as well. But I also do think it's good to have goals. So for me, I guess success is feeling happy with where I am, but also having the next step up in sight and to be working towards that.
Okay, yeah.
So whether that's even just like personal growth or a job that I'm looking to do, or I don't know, even just something to do with where I live or a relationship, you know what I mean? Just having that, not like it's in excess, not like I'm going to be a multi-millionaire play bunny. Like,
that was my dream.
Sorry to get all up in your dream and take it away from you.
Yeah, I know. No, didn't achieve that.
But to know, okay, this is what I want out of life.
Yeah.
And if I achieve that, I will feel successful in my own right.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily the societal view of success. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think has been the thing that you've felt really successful at?
I think work was a big success for me because it was something that took as we discussed in the previous episode, it took a long time for me to find that, and when I did, I really enjoyed it. And I know that whatever I sort of decide to do for work, I can put so much effort into, and I can make it really good if I want to. And also I know that if I change course with that I can make things work, because I've made something work before that I thought wasn't possible.
Oh yeah 100%. Same here.
Yeah, I feel like work is probably the biggest one I've had. I would say. What about you?
I would say for me it's Browner Towers, which it is a materialistic thing, really.
Yeah, but it's so hard now to achieve that for our generation and the generations after us.
Yeah, and for such a long time, mate, I honestly didn't think I would ever be able to achieve that, especially being on my own.
Yeah.
It was always something I wanted to, because I like my own space, and it was something I wanted to do to prove to myself that I could do it.
Yeah.
To have the security of the fact that I did it on my own, and, you know, to create my life for me.
Yeah.
Because I think for me, all the examples around me were, I'm together with my partner and we've done that together, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But then I wasn't going, because I'm single and pretty much always have been, I wasn't going to wait around for some guy to come along and then we think,
I think it's nice to have that goal on your own and it not just be something that you do with a partner.
Absolutely.
It's nice to have that as your own thing, and everyone's hopes and dreams and all that are just different.
Of course, yeah.
So someone in a relationship, like, I mean, I have friends in relationships who have their own places.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things that it either happens at the time where you are on your own, or it happens at a time where, oh, well, we might as well just pool our resources. We know we care about each other, and that's the direction this would go anyway. So
yeah. And I think that's happened to a lot of people and close friends of mine. If they've been with their partner for so long, it's like their natural progression for them, right?
Yeah.
But I haven't had that. And so I think for me, like we discussed in the last episode, I wasn't necessarily in a great headspace in my previous job.
Yeah.
And I couldn't control that. I couldn't control that environment. The things that I could control were like you said, the next steps, the next goals, the next things that I wanted to achieve. And that was one of them. And I made it happen. And don't get me wrong, I was in a fortunate position where I was living at home with my mum and stepdad, so I was able to save that money.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because I feel like it's such a hard question to say, oh, what does success mean to you? Because
it is.
I don't often sit and go, oh, I feel pretty successful right now.
Oh my God, I'm a boss ass.
I'm so good at success.
So good at success.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't. It's just not something you really do. And you don't, it's not a feeling either. You're not like, I feel successful.
No.
It's sort of always more of a fact. Yeah. And the way that society has drilled it into your brain is you are successful if you are a straight white man who is a CEO with lots of property and a trophy wife.
Yes, a hot trophy wife who's managed to pop out several kids and still have her blow dry intact.
7 of which are young men.
Yes.
And
don't forget the Labradors.
Yeah. I just don't think it crosses my mind that much. I don't ever sit there when I've had, and don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm like, oh my God, I'm really successful, I don't have to think about it. But when I've had moments of self-doubt or I've had low self-esteem and I've been thinking about my life in general, as you do when you are in those moods.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think at any point I've gone, oh, I'm just so unsuccessful. Do you know what I mean? It's just not, it's not something that's really talked about. It is talked about because there's so much societal pressure around it, like, oh, you need a good job, you need money, you need to be famous.
I was just gonna say,
but in a sense of it's not talked about on a personal level really that much. It's it's sort of like this big entity that everyone is like, oh, success is up there and we have to reach it, and it's not. Okay, break that down for each individual person, because realistically, everyone in the world is the main character of their own story, right?
Absolutely, main character energy. Am I right?
So they're not really taking into account, unless they're feeling like, oh, I didn't get that promotion at work, or they're comparing themselves, which is a natural thing to happen. You're not really thinking about like some random bloke's success. Do you know what I mean?
No, but I do feel like sometimes with social media you can go down that little bit of a spiral, can't you? About saying, oh, this person has achieved X, Y, and Z. They're only this age. There's a lot of pressure to do X, Y, and Z, even though you may not think that is the right trajectory for your life or where you're at. So don't get me wrong, I don't sit in Browner Towers thinking, oh my God, I've had such a successful day. I am there and that was my point before. Life to the fullest. But don't get me wrong, but I do have those moments where I think, oh God, what's this? What's happening? What am I doing?
Why is everyone else doing this? And I guess that comes into comparisons, which we're going to have a whole episode on. It's difficult. It then becomes success, then it feels like a pressure when you start seeing other people and comparing yourself to other people. And especially what you just said a few moments ago about you're seeing people of a certain age, especially when they're younger than you, achieving these incredible things, and you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, that's amazing for them. But then there's moments for me, I think, oh, that hurts a little bit. What am I doing wrong?
The famous hit by Justin Bieber, "That Should Be Me," crosses my mind when I hear that.
That should be me holding your hand.
It's hard not to compare yourself. It really is hard not to. And it's hard not to think, oh, they're really successful. Why am I not like that? Why?
Yeah.
How come they've been given that opportunity? It's I find myself, if ever I see something and I'm like, oh, I wish I was doing that, I find myself having to sort of check myself and go, hey, that person has been in the right place, the right time, or has put the work in, or a combination of all those things.
100%.
Get over it.
Yeah, get over it.
Like, really, build that bridge. Get the fuck over it.
Get over it, mate.
Because, And the thing is, I could do those things if I wanted to, and if I put my mind to it and I put the work in.
That's what I usually say to myself.
I was going to say that, but I think that would be ignorant to say you see those like videos of people being like, I became a millionaire at 25 by doing these 3 things, and it's like, well, okay, did you do those 3 things consistently, or have you been able to be in a position where financially you're okay, you've got no one depending on you? Like, there's so many factors that come into it for people that don't allow them to have those like get rich quick, that kind of environment where people are like, oh, this happened so easily for me. Was it Donald Trump that was like, oh, I started my own business on like, was it $1 million loan or something from his dad?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know that, but wow.
And it's all those conversations about, oh, self-made billionaires, and it's like, actually, he had a lot of money to start with.
Exactly.
They had help from families and things like that.
Yeah. So generational wealth and all that jazz.
Yeah. Well, it's even like down to, I was talking about in the previous episode, the fact that coming out of uni, I was fortunate enough to have work.
Yeah.
And the way that then shaped the rest of my career. That was such a fortunate position for me to be in.
Yeah, of course.
That's not everyone's experience. So
no, sure ain't.
I think this. Listen, you rock that deli counter outfit.
Thank you very much.
Not that I ever saw it, but I still really think about it. Do you know? Yeah. So it's some people are just more fortunate than others.
Yeah, of course.
And therefore, it is maybe easier to be successful if you are one of those people.
Oh, 100%. Because you've got the resources, or you've got the backing, or you don't have those responsibilities.
So there's less pressure on.
Less pressure. Yeah, of course.
But speaking of pressures, because I feel like we've mentioned pressure a few times now, let's really get in there. Let's crack open that pressure cooker.
Oh my God! Open that bloody can of worms. Yeah.
What kind of pressure would you say there is around success? Obviously, there's societal pressure, but let's really get in there. Or have you ever had, within your own circumstances, have you ever had any pressures around success, either from yourself or from people around you?
Okay, this is a difficult question in general, right?
Yeah.
Because what I'm going to say is that I don't feel like people have pressured me in sort of a forceful way or a negative way or anything like that. It hasn't necessarily been intentional. Okay, and I would say it's actually more pressure I've put on myself.
Yeah.
Because I know my family don't expect me to be a carbon copy of my sister.
Oh, I was going to say Jeff Bezos.
No. Oh, maybe. Oh my God.
Very different vibes there.
Very different vibes. Do you need
I'll let you talk. I'll just be quiet.
But hey, Jeff, if you're listening to 29
Drop us a few mil.
That, and also, do you want an apprentice? Because I'm very organised and hard work.
Tell you what, actually, I think you do well on The Apprentice. Just, you said apprentice, not the Alan Sugar one, obviously. Oh. We've really diverted it, but I do actually think if he needed someone, if he couldn't be bothered one day to say you're fired, I think you'd do really well at it.
Oh, what? Telling people that they're fired?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to agree to that. And also, I would take every thrill in telling somebody that they're fired. Look at me, my finger is pointing already.
See, it's naturally there.
It's naturally
but I also think you'd be good as a good contestant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's very kind.
Because you wouldn't, in the group challenges, you'd hold your own.
Thank you. Do you know what? Maybe I would. And I feel like I'm going on such a tangent right now. Whatever. Whenever somebody says to me, whether it's family or friend, being like, you could do that, I'm like, yeah, you know what, I could.
I actually could, you know.
I actually could.
To be fair, though, I don't think it's that much of a tangent, because The Apprentice is almost like the reality TV version of Success.
It literally is, let's be honest. Yeah.
Because like Alan Sugar is a successful businessman.
Yeah.
And you want to impress the most successful man. So.
Absolutely, or be the most successful man. So.
Woman.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but if I'm going to take over his role, I can bring the masculine energy. I love a blazer. Bring that to the boardroom.
You put a power suit on and tell people they're fired.
Power suit on. Absolutely.
I'm sure that's all he does, right?
Yeah, basically. But going back to my original point.
Yes, sorry. Pressures about success.
Not that any of my family have ever pressured me. It's more pressure I've put on myself. They've never pressured me or done it in a malicious way or anything, or in a negative way.
Yeah. Or
tried to compare me to my sister or to, cousins or whatever.
Or Jeff Bezos, yeah.
Or Jeff Bezos. God. It's more pressure I put on myself because the amount of times throughout my life and through the years, I've been like, why aren't I Hannah? If, for reference, Hannah's my sister.
Just a random Hannah.
Just
not
a
even your
random
sister.
Hannah. No, just a Hannah that I've met on the street. No, my older sister. Because when I talk of success, or if somebody asks me about success, the person that I would give as an outright example is my sister. Yeah. And my brother-in-law, right? Because that's what
they're the people you look up to.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that they are incredibly successful because they're so hardworking and they just get on with it, right? Yeah. And that's the attitude I try to emulate because my parents have always just been like, look, at the end of the day, try your best. Yeah. That's all you can do. Say yes to the opportunities, figure out the details later, and everything is sortable. Just get on with it. Yeah. So that's like the attitude that I have. Yeah. But there have been times where I'm like, why the hell am I not doing what, or at the stage of life that my sister was when she was at my age?
I think part of that, knowing you and also knowing me. All right.
Knowing
ABBA.
Knowing you.
I immediately knew you'd start singing that. I think, knowing us, we're both perfectionists.
Oh, yeah.
And quite intensely. I mean, I think I'm slightly, it's not that you don't care. We both care the same level. I'm just a bit psychotic in my perfectionism.
I'm going to agree.
It's like, yeah.
I think we're also perfectionists in different ways. Yes. For different things. Yeah.
So I can understand with being a perfectionist because you want it to be the best possible thing it can be, regardless of whether that's a piece of work you're putting out there or, your home or anything, a relationship. Mm-hmm. Although perfectionists, you can't have a perfect relationship.
No,
I think you kind of realise that pretty early on. Otherwise, it's just no point. I digress. That was a silly thing to say, and I take it back. You can't have perfection in a relationship. It does not exist.
No, it doesn't exist, mate.
But with everything else, you naturally put pressure on yourself when you are a perfectionist. And when you then add in success on top of that, it's I have to be the best at something that I also have to do to be successful. Yeah. It's a lot to deal with. As well as then you're comparing yourself, but then the society's views come into it, whether you agree with them or you don't, or you let them get to you or not, they're still floating around there in the background. Yeah, and then you see things on social media and it becomes this thing of, it kind of gets thrown in your face a lot. And I think sometimes I'm speaking for you now, but...
Yeah, it's all right, carry on.
Sorry. I know you better than you know yourself. But no, I think sometimes, for me personally, if I'm feeling reflective about that kind of stuff and where I am in my life and where I'm moving forwards to, if I see loads of other people's experiences thrown in my face on social media, I'm like, well, what now? Yeah. Is that successful? Is that what am I supposed to do in order to move forward?
Yeah. Because it can be very confusing. I feel like, especially with social media, so much is thrown at you, right? Some of it you're actively following.
Yeah, and you're happy to see.
Others, not so much. It can be really confusing, like you said, okay, so that is deemed successful. Great. Then you've got another example, I'm like, that's successful, but it's not really given the recognition that it is. Yeah. Because it's a different type of success. And it's just, I think learning that as you're getting older, life experience and all that jazz, being like, actually, okay, there are different forms of success, but sometimes trying to explain that to somebody else. And I'm not trying to be ageist here, but trying to explain that to older generations.
Well, they have that American dream version of success, right?
Yes.
And I think also if I go back to when I was probably 21, the idea I had in my head of success, because at that time I was in my acting era.
Oh yeah.
That old chestnut. My idea of success then was, I'm going to be an A-list actor. I'm going to make loads of money. I'm going to be really famous. I'm going to do loads of jobs in a year. I'm going to get every job I audition for. Yeah. Firstly, no, you're not. Secondly, even the A-list actors don't get all the jobs.
No, of course not.
Don't win all the awards.
No.
So it sounds negative, but actually I think hearing this has over the years made me feel better about the pressures of success, is that there's always going to be someone who's faster, stronger, better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like someone's going to get to an achievement faster than you. Someone's going to do it better than you. Someone's going to be stronger throughout the whole process than you. Like there's always going to be some, and that's actually quite a freeing thing when you think about it.
Yeah.
I don't have to be the best at this, but I can be the best of my own ability.
Oh, yeah, because that's all you can strive for.
Yeah. And
I have often said to myself, especially the last few years when, you know, I was like, what the hell am I doing in life? What's next?
I don't like my job and I don't know what to do.
Help me.
Yeah. I'm drowning.
In snacks.
And office tyranny.
Help. I've often said to myself, look, Luce, you're in a race against yourself, right? Yeah. You're in your own lane, stay in your own lane, don't look at the other lanes, okay? That's just going to distract you or make you feel shitty about yourself. Focus on you. Focus on what's coming up, even though at that time, especially, I didn't know what was coming next. But you just got to keep ploughing forward.
You do, definitely. As I said before, I struggle to define what success is to me because the goalpost is probably always changing.
Yeah.
Success to me now is going to be different to even a year ago because I didn't have my own place then.
Oh my God.
So
is it coming up to a year?
In June, yeah. So a year ago, I think I'd only just had my offer accepted on the flat. So and obviously until it actually completes, you don't know, it could always fall through. Yeah. So at that point a year ago, I didn't have this as a success thing ticked off the list because it was to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's different for everyone because I know people whose idea of success is, I want to have seen as much of the world as I can, and I don't care about having a pile of bricks. Yeah, because essentially that's what it is, a pile of bricks that you live in.
Expensive pile of bricks.
Yeah, But to me, I've always wanted to find somewhere and make it my own and make it my own home. So that was a success to me. But now I have that. I suppose the next step within that line is, make it as nice as I can make it.
And you've done a fantastic job. This place is beautiful.
Well, thank you. But I still have things on my list that I want to do. Do you know what I mean? So there's different areas of your life that add up to success. So there's your home. But this is just for me. Yeah. It can't be. It's such a subjective thing.
Of course it is.
There's no right or wrong to it.
Yeah.
I mean, well, maybe there's some wrongs, like you don't go around killing people and like, that doesn't make you successful.
No.
Don't be a horrible, horrible person.
No.
But in terms of how you feel success, that's a completely personal thing. And I think that's where it becomes difficult to define.
Okay, let's take it back a little bit. All right? Yeah. Let's go down memory lane. Oh. What, as a kid, what was your sort of hopes, dreams for adult you? And like, what did you deem then as, if I achieve that, I'm going to be a successful adult?
I wanted to be a vet for a while.
Oh my God, me too. Great.
Vet to drama degree pipeline needs to be studied. Yeah. I don't think I thought about it much as a child.
Really?
No. I think I only started thinking about it in high school, really. When I was younger, it was like, people used to ask me what I wanted to do, and I didn't know for a really long time. I never had an answer to that question until I think I was maybe about 8 or 9, and I was like, well, I like animals, I'll just be a vet. And I was good at science in primary school, but I'm very aware that that's not really a flex. Because I think everyone's good at science in primary school. So, yeah, I think I just decided, I like animals a lot, I'll be a vet. You don't feel the pressure of that when you're younger. So you can say, I want to be a vet, and you just think you're going to be a vet.
Well, yeah.
Do you know? Because you don't know the mechanisms of and the ins and outs of how you get to that point.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you just think, okay, I can achieve that. I'm going to be that.
Yeah. See,
what about you?
My sort of era of wanting to be a vet, I didn't really properly understand it, shall we say.
I just thought I hung out with animals all day.
Yeah, me too.
And made them feel better.
So when someone pointed out to me, quite passive aggressively actually, that a lot of science was involved and a lot of training was involved, I was like, so I can't just go and save all the animals, like, on my own.
Right, Eliza Thornberry.
Yeah, like just do it. But for me as a kid,
Yeah.
people would, like, family would say to me, oh, Lucy, what are you going to be when you grow up?
Mm.
And I never had, like, a definite answer. I would say, you know, vet or whatever. I would be like, oh, you know, I'm going to be on the stage. I'm going to be a performer, right?
Oh, okay.
But what people say, oh, you know, what are you going to be like when you're an adult? I sort of took that as younger Lucy to be like, right, so when I'm an adult, I'm going to have a massive mansion in the countryside with loads of land.
Okay.
I'm going to have horses and I'm going to have loads of dogs. And yeah, there'll be a husband around somewhere and maybe a few kids.
Husband around somewhere.
Yeah. But my idea of what I wanted my life to look like and what I thought I really, really wanted to achieve and to have, and that would make me feel safe and secure, is probably more similar to the Americanized style dream of, you know,
Your house,
the
your
house,
land.
the kids. But when I used to say that, I was just focused on the fact, well, I could have all this land because I'm an adult. I'm automatically just going to be really, really wealthy.
I get given land.
I get given land with my nice property, and that means I can have all the horses and all the dogs that I ever want in life.
Yeah. I really didn't think about it that much.
See, I thought more about that as a kid, or me being a performer on stage, making people laugh and you know, whatever, than thinking, oh, at this age, I'm going to get married. At this age, I'm going to have kids, because I've never thought that. Never.
Yeah.
I've never dreamt about what my wedding was going to be like. Never.
I've, like, maybe more so as an adult done that than a child. I haven't been like, I've known I wanted to get married in this church for years. Not that I would ever talk like that either. But
are you sure? Because you did it quite well.
Yeah, well, maybe that was just my inner child coming out.
Okay, great.
Yeah, no, I've never really planned it out that much. In the last couple of years, maybe.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I've seen really lovely venues and things like that. I'm like, oh, that'd be a lovely place to get married. But I'm not like, my heart is set on getting married in this place. No. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care that much. Yeah, I don't really think about anything. What did I even think about as a child?
I don't know.
I don't know if I've just dissociated part of my childhood and don't remember, or if I genuinely just didn't ever think about it. I mean, I remember saying I wanted to be a vet, but then I had this thing when I was a kid, and my family used to make fun of me for it. But at the time, it used to really annoy me, but now I'm like, kind of understand why they did. So anytime anyone asked me how I was, whether that was like a member of my family, one of the like family friends that had come over, they'd be like, oh, Annie, hi, how are you? I'd be like, I'm fine. That was it. That was all I would give. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Leave me be.
And they gave nothing else. I'm fine.
What, like this, with a little,
it was just like
shoulder?
I'm fine, thanks, bye.
Flick of the hair, walk off.
Perhaps because I just said I'm fine and was done with it, I just never opened up the conversation to even know what I wanted to do. I remember saying I wanted to be a vet when I was like 9ish, but before then it was just I'm fine. So
great.
Maybe my idea of success is just being fine.
And that's A-okay, mate.
That's fine.
That's fine. You do you.
I suppose primary school age, a lot of kids are saying, I'm going to have a big house and...
Yeah, me.
Lucy.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a really nice husband and all of these other things.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a fast car.
Yeah.
I didn't really think too much into it, as I said before.
Fair enough.
So maybe I'll be a vet, but I'm fine.
Sorry, that cracks me up every time.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Except it probably was more shy than that. So we're like, I'm fine. You know the, is it Pitch Perfect? Where there's that really quiet guy who's like, that was probably me as a child.
Yeah. All right.
With pressures, just going back into it. The goalposts as well for success, I find, within society are moved all the time. Because if you think back, I remember learning in history, right? I think it was maybe the Victorian era. If you were a plus-sized lady, you were considered so attractive because you're rich and wealthy and can have enough food. You know what I mean? There was just that was what they were into back then. I would have thrived.
Me too. Like, we need to get and find a time machine.
Can you imagine?
And hop back to then.
So that was that view of, oh, you have a wife who's plump. You're a successful man. You've got a house. You've got this, whatever. Whereas cut forward to now, it's like, you need to be really skinny. and an influencer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what is successful to society is not necessarily successful to the individual, as we talked about before.
Yeah, of course.
But also, social media and advertising control the idea of success, I would say.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So they're saying, okay, we need to push this product. Let's push lactose-free milks onto the entire planet.
Yeah.
And I'm, someone who's fallen for that. But then they'll turn around and go, no, not that lactose-free milk. You want a nut milk. No, you don't. You want an oat milk. No, you want... a pea milk.
Can I just interject here, right? There's too many options of milks. I'm just putting it out there. Not that I usually partake in milk consumption, because I don't drink hot drinks, but I just find it a bit odd that we're
that's the
overrun
point.
With all
it's
these
advertising,
milks.
Isn't it? It's like, this is healthy. If you're healthy and rich, you're successful. It comes into a lot more than you would think.
Oh, definitely.
Subconsciously.
Yeah. And
then they change it again and they go, actually, no, that's not healthy. You're not successful. You're not healthy. You need to have this to be healthy and successful. Because I remember my mum used to drink rice milk in the noughties.
Rice milk?
Right? And it's foul. I've tried it. It's just awful. She doesn't drink rice milk now, though. So there's all these different things that you can be told. And that's just the problem with social media and advertising alone.
Of course, yeah.
But how can you measure what is successful when that goalpost is always moving? It's just impossible, which is why you should narrow it down and make it subjective and go, okay, what is it to me? Because
otherwise you're never going to be happy.
Important. Yeah. Regardless of what position you're in, whether you're successful in the sense of fame, wealth, all of that.
Yeah.
The rug can be pulled from under anyone in any different way.
Oh yeah, that's why the classic phrase 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, but not even that. Even if they're still famous, there are things within their personal lives that could happen.
Oh, yeah, of course. But everyone has their time limit.
No one is ever safe.
No, but everyone has their time limit, though.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless it's coming from a genuine place, I think.
Yes.
In the fame sense.
Yeah.
That actually leads me into, does success matter? I'm inclined to say no.
Yeah.
But I'm also inclined to say yes, because it doesn't matter in a societal sense, but I think it matters in a personal sense.
I would agree.
Because if you don't, and at the very start of this conversation, I said, success to me is I have to have another goal to reach for myself personally that's relevant to my life. Because if you don't, you're stagnant.
Yeah.
And then what? People will either leave you behind, or you'll get sick of where you are within that place and with what you have or what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because, we are curious creatures. We need to be stimulated. So I think, yes, it does, but it's not the most important thing.
No, because I feel like recognizing that you need to have that on your radar is going to help in every aspect of life, really, because it's a thing that you can either aim towards, or it pushes you to try something that you've always wanted to do and haven't had the opportunity to, or hadn't had the confidence to in the past.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, in order for me to be happy, or for me to feel like I've achieved my next step, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
For something that I've really, really wanted to do. So, yeah, I would agree with that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Success, in summary, is what you make it.
Life's what you make it.
Thanks, Hannah. Not the random one you were talking about earlier.
No,
sister.
No.
Hannah Montana, actually.
Wouldn't it be great if my sister was actually Hannah Montana?
You
Fabulous.
do know it's just...
I know it's Miley Cyrus.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, I do feel like it's quite a challenge to talk about success.
Because we've got so much life left to live, and success is going to change
and
for us in the next, year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever.
It's so subjective, and it's hard. It's also hard to relate to it personally, in a sense of telling stories about your own success, because, again, like I said at the start, I don't often think about success as a concept.
Well, no, and I don't feel successful.
Oh, I think you're successful.
Thank you. But like you say, you don't sit and think about it.
Yeah, you don't go, I'm really successful.
No.
So it's difficult to then put into words what it really is, because we could say each of our interpretations of it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure there'll be people that don't agree with that. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, that's
you
just
might not
life.
Agree. That is life.
That is life.
But then you also might. So,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
At least we agreed this week and didn't,
Well, we haven't done Hear Me Out yet, so there's still a chance. I mean, I haven't got a silly one, I don't think.
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's all a bit serious. Oh, well.
It's okay.
Anyway, I think we should jingle it up.
Jingle it up, baby.
You enjoy that jingle. Hear me out.
Oakley dokley. Right. Would you rather have a successful career
Yeah.
but limited time,
Yeah.
or a less successful career but had more time? So what I mean by that is have that amazing successful career, whatever you want that to be, wealth, whatever, but you literally have only got now until, say, you're 40, for example.
That's interesting because that's similar to one of the ones I had written down.
Oh, really?
That's why I was like thinking, do I bring it up?
Okay.
What? So successful
career,
could die
but
soon.
short time. Less successful career, but you have all the time that you could ever want until, you naturally die. I've stumped you a little bit, haven't I?
Well, yeah, because I don't really care about success as a societal thing, but I care about it for myself personally. And I feel like it would be hypocritical for me to say, have more time and be less successful, because the thing that I used as an example was my career. Maybe I'll just go out with a bang. Big successful career. I'm going to say that means I have a successful life in all areas.
Okay.
So I achieve all my dreams. And yeah, if I die early, I die early. At least I did what I wanted.
Yeah. Do you know what? We've actually agreed on this one.
That's nice. Give it time. I've still got one to go.
Because I feel like, look, success. I'm going to be successful, have a successful career, have a successful life in general.
Yeah.
Go out with a bang, mic drop. Mic drop, legend. She was a legend.
I'm fine. Bye.
I'm fine. Bye.
All right. Okay, my one.
Okay.
My turn. You're done now. Okay. Would you rather have ears that record everything you hear?
Oh, Christ.
Or eyes that record everything you see? With the eyes, you don't have any sound to it, obviously. It's just the visual. It's not like a video or a movie. It's literally just the visual. You don't have the audio to it. And obviously vice versa.
That's really interesting because as soon as you said, ears that hear everything, I was thinking, yes, may have ears to hear everything, but no one's going to believe me because there isn't visual evidence.
Yeah, but even if you had visual evidence, how do you know that there's what's been said?
Well, exactly. And that's what it flipped when you said.
But does it have to be about proving anything to anyone? That's how you've taken it.
That's how I've taken it. I could go into the CIA. MI5. I don't know. That's a tricky one.
If you frame it with success, what one would benefit you more?
Hearing.
I'm unnerved. Why do we agree this week?
Yeah, me too.
I prefer an argument. I want to,
Don't worry.
Put them up.
I will find something that we can argue about next time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say ears.
Yeah, I agree. I think being able to record everything you see is the better option, right?
Yes.
Because you're like, oh wow, yeah. But once you realise you can't hear anything, it's like, yeah, okay, cool. You can look back on all of those things.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really give you that much.
No,
in addition to what you already have.
Yeah.
Whereas recording everything you hear, you can revisit things and go, oh, now I'm hearing this in a sort of third person capacity. That's what it meant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or, I missed that they'd said that. I just think you get so much more out of that then. Also,
I think for me, on a personal level, I am more inclined to understand where people are coming from their point of view if I've heard it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
If it's factual and it's like come from the source, then yeah.
Yeah. She's deep.
I'm deep.
I've just thought of one that's more of a funny one.
Oh, go on.
It's the age-old, and I say...
Why did the chicken cross the road?
No. No. Not that one. That one is age-old, but not that one. You're being attacked, right?
Oh, great.
Would you rather be... Just roll with me.
Okay.
Would you rather be attacked by one horse-sized duck or 100 tiny duck-sized horses? Maybe not 100, maybe 10. No, 100. A multitude.
I'm going to say...
How it relates to success, right, is what do you think you could successfully manage to escape from?
Yeah,
and
so duck-sized horses.
Why?
I just feel like that would be easier. And I don't know why. There isn't... Maybe because the size of them is smaller. Maybe I feel like with everything in life, everything is a little step at a time, managing things chunk by chunk. I feel like in regards to success,
just pick up a load of them.
I can literally just go bam, 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 bam.
I disagree with you.
Okay. So you brought this up so we can have a disagreement.
So we can have a fight. We can have a scrap.
Okay, I see where it's at.
The reason being purely just because horses are really strong, right? And I know they're little and they're duck-sized.
Yeah.
But they really pack a punch, don't they? So
maybe not at that size. I don't know.
They'd bruise your shins very easily. If they bucked your shin, if they were ant-sized, perhaps, but
so you're wanting to defeat a horse-sized duck? Just one?
Because wood ducks are stupid.
Are they?
Compared to horses, yes.
Well, yeah,
horses are really smart.
But I'm thinking size-wise. Where would you start to defeat a horse-sized duck?
Get them under the wings.
And you think that you could get them under the wings at the size of a horse?
They're higher off the ground if it's horse-sized.
Yeah, I'm aware. I understand the question.
Yes, I could get under them.
Right. See, no.
They can't bend their neck. Well, they can bend their necks quite far, actually.
Yeah. And also the breadth of them, mate.
Yeah, I'm sorry, hang on. The ducks are still fairly big.
Yeah, but I just feel
and
like
you've got 100 of them.
Yeah. Day's work.
All at the same time.
Day's work.
Nah, you get overthrown.
Day's work.
Overthrown.
Day's work.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Hey, they've never come up across King Browner before.
Hey.
I'm not being defeated.
All I need is 5 loaves of bread and I'm done.
Anyway, that was episode 4 in success.
Yeah.
Yeah. Done. Dusted. Move on to the next one.
Successful.
Success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, thank you for joining us and actually, tuning in week by week. Much appreciated.
Week 4, a whole month.
Week 4.
Mental. We record these ahead of time, so it does probably appear that we haven't been more thankful than thanks for listening so far.
Yeah.
So now is our opportunity really to say a heartfelt thank you for listening. We do appreciate you. And we feel with each episode we learn and grow. We're improving.
Yeah, of course.
We're having more fun every time.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you being here and supporting whilst we figure it all out and have fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you. And also, this is the first time we've recorded with the jingles made.
Oh, yeah.
So that's been fun.
Yeah. We hope that you enjoy those as well.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, big thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Big ups.
Big up. Peace out.
We think you're successful.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Or if you've got, actually, on that note, if you've got any, sort of comments or stories that you'd happy to share with us, drop it in a comment on Instagram or on, YouTube. I don't know. Can you drop comment? You can't drop comments on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, can you?
No, you can't. You can rate us. Oh no, you can comment on Apple Podcasts. I don't know about Spotify. You can rate and leave a review.
Yeah.
So if you feel like doing that, we would appreciate it.
Or if you wanted to drop us an email, with a story or whatever, that would be quite fun to have a read and have a listen, and maybe share some in a later episode.
A little feedback corner.
If you would like to do that, no pressure to, but
can always leave it anonymous as well.
Of course.
But yeah, we would love that. We would love you to get
involved. Yeah, that would be really cool, actually.
We thank you.
Thank you for being part of the 29 to Life community.
Yeah. If you also believe that Lucy should be as successful as Jeff Bezos, please do get in touch. We would
comment,
really
subscribe.
appreciate it. And I can give you the details of Lucy's parents so that you can discuss this with them.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Stay on track.
Yeah. Stay on track, please.
Yeah, love that. All right. I think we've wasted enough of their time. So,
yeah, probably.
Thank you again.
Cheers.
Big love. And enjoy the outro. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of 29 to Life.
She's been Annie.
She's been Lucy.
New episodes drop every Thursday on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Catch the video version on YouTube.
Don't miss out on behind-the-scenes exclusives on all of our socials. You can find us with the same handle, at 29 to Life Pod, on Instagram, TikTok and YouTube.
Or email us at 29tolifepod@gmail.com.
Follow, like and subscribe on whatever platform you choose. We would love to see you there.
See you next Thursday. Bye!